So now we're going to do the front bodice darts. These are the most basic technique darts that you would find when sewing your bodice. So we're going to do a dart coming off from underneath the armhole, and then we're also going to have a dart coming up the princess seam here. So I'm going to put these two pieces together, the top part of the bodice and the bodice part of the bodice, good side to good side, like we did with the last pattern. I'm going to sew it at 1/4 inch down, and then I'll come back. So this is what your bodice is going to look like when you sew the two pieces together. And I have the indication of where the notches are going to be for the dart. So you should have 2 notches on the bottom part of your bodice, and then you should have 2 little notches here underneath the armhole of the bodice. So as you can see here, this is where our dart's going to end, and it kind of goes up a little bit more. So when you put the two pieces together, we know the end of the dart needs to be here and the end of the dart needs to be right here. So make sure your pieces are aligned correctly, and make sure that you have your notches done correctly as well. So again, we're going to use the awl, and we know that this is the end of our dart. So I'm going to puncture a hole there. And then I'm going to puncture a hole here. So you can remove your patterns. So now I have these 2 darts here. So now I'm just going to mark off my darts so I don't get confused because they're very close in range. We're going to mark off the first dart line. So I'm going to mark a line from here to the hole that we made, down there, and then following this notch to the dart hole as well. And then now I know there's a dart going to be here, so I'm going to make a line here. And you want the line to go directly towards the hole that we made there. So it has to be like a perfect little straight triangle. Now we're going to sew the darts together. And like we did with the skirt, we're going to put the good sides together. So I'm going to fold it over, good side to good side, following the dart, making sure the notches are aligned. We're going to sew all the way towards the end of the dart hole here. Okay, so now I'm going to start off with the bottom notch, and I have my 2 notches here matching up, and I'm going to sew it all the way down to the end of the dart hole that we made down there. So again, we're going to start off with a back tack, and then follow that line we drew, and then we're going to pass the dart end a little bit, like 1/4 inch past it. And then we're going to release and then make a knot. Now we're going to do the other side underneath the armhole. So the same thing, I'm putting the 2 good sides together right at the notch. And then I'm just folding my fabric until I know that I need to sew up to this dart hole and a little bit past it. So putting the 2 notches together. We're going to back tack. And you see how this dart hole wants to shift on us? Make sure that it's not moved to the side. It has to be right in the center of the fold. So I'm going to move it over. Now I know that's right in the center, and this fold line is completely straight. And then we're going to follow and sew past it. And we're going to make a little knot. So this is what's going to look like when you're done making the darts. And when you flip it on its good side, you're going to have a dart coming up and then off to the side. So again, it has a slight curve, so it's going to ripple here. But when it's on the body, it gives you more of a shape where it needs to be.